Here we have group 1, the Hope Stone. Group 2, the Dolphin Snow Globe. Just give it a shake. And group 3, the Vanilla Ginger Snaps Candle. There will be a chance to meditate on the groups right now. Hello group 1. So you got quite a lot of cards for this reading. So you got these ones here. And these ones down here. It's a bit dark. And then I'll try bring it up. We got a few over here. So I'll try to condense the information that I'm getting from these cards. Although since this is a general reading, not everything will be for you. Some things may be for someone else, and not everything may resonate with you. If it is the case that it doesn't resonate, you can interpret these cards in a different way or check another group. Or maybe it wasn't the right time. So with this group, I'd say the overall message is I miss you. Because I'm getting with this card here, someone who your ex is thinking about you. So they may even be dreaming about you, maybe dreaming about the things that went wrong, or thinking about the things that went wrong and how they could have fixed it. With this card here, and there were a few cards like this. Where is it? So with this card here, and all the cards that I interpreted as a journey. So with those cards, I'm seeing it as they are wanting to go to you. They are wanting to connect with you, and they may be looking for you. So if it is the case that maybe you've moved out from the place, a place where they do know that you live in. So for example, if you've moved homes, or if you're living somewhere else, they may be looking for you or looking for a way to contact you. Or if you just cut ties with them, they are wanting to make contact with you. With this world, the globe here, I'm seeing it as a compass to find you, and no matter where you are in the world, they want to reach you. So even if they are unable to physically, their thoughts are with you. So then with the Ace of Pentacles, aces usually mean someone new or something new. So I think it fits well with this reading. In the case of it's not someone new, so that I take that as the literal meaning. Another way I'm interpreting this is they may be having some financial issues. So they may be having some financial issues, maybe, especially and with this card as well, they may be very careful with how they're spending their money, the Four of Pentacles. So they may not be giving money out easily to other people. They may not be spending money easily. And they may have probably dreamt of a life like this with you. And the not being with you is causing them heartache. They do miss you for group 1. So yeah, they see you as the one for them. And not being with you is painful for them. So then they may feel like it was a destined connection. They may even feel like it was the best connection for them. In a way that you're the only one for them, for some of you. And I got that also with, let me bring it up, this card, the Eight of Pentacles. So you're the only one for them. So for some of you, it could also be the case that they might have moved on. So with this card, maybe they have moved on, and they found someone else, or maybe they've started a family with someone else, maybe they have a child with someone else, with the baby here. And then that would be the case with this one as well. So if seeing the skull as your relationship that's now maybe died, to put it in a way that it fits with the skull. So like putting the skull down and focusing on something else. So maybe they are trying to focus on something else, or maybe they have found someone else, or maybe they're just focusing on their work. For some of you, then with the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles here, it's down here. Okay, so with this Two of Pentacles, I'm seeing this as they are balancing something. So they may be balancing Because if it is the case that they are trying to focus on their work with the Eight of Pentacles, that let me try and get the card back up. So with this card, if it is the case that they are trying to focus on their work, maybe they're trying to balance that with their thoughts of you. Or it could also be that their work is stressful and they may not be earning enough with this card here, which is why they're being careful with how they spend their money with all these coins, and he's holding very tightly, guarding his assets. So with this card, they may be feeling like they have to fight for your relationship with them. Or this could also be, sometimes for some of you, this could also be, so when I'm saying they, it could actually be you. But since this is a what does your ex have to say to you reading, it's more likely that it's them, that this is their energy. But there is also a possibility for some of you that what I'm saying here is actually your energy. So to do with focusing on work and not focusing on the relationship, or feeling like you have to defend. Feeling like you have to defend the relationship, or maybe defend yourself from that person, in a sense of not letting their energy hurt you mentally, not being overly worried about it. So it could also be that you are toughening your heart. So you may be going through some kind of a change in terms of your maturity, or spiritually, or maybe even physically. But I am seeing this as a change. So I am seeing this as a sort of spiritual change with the sun in the background. So like a new beginning for you. So that could be why you are feeling the need to block this person. For some of you, you may feel like you don't want this person in your life. For some of you, it could be that you want them back in your life. But I am getting the sense that with this card, especially, that maybe you don't want them in your life, or they feel like they have to defend the relationship. I am seeing this here, that they're searching for you. They want to find you, especially with the world, the earth here. Likely they are still attracted to you. So you may be very attractive to them with this, the Queen of Wands here. Also, with the High Priestess here, for the High Priestess, they may be watching you with the eyes here, with that stare. So it could be that they do have their eyes on you. They could be in close proximity, or just watching you on social media. It could also be the case of, again, spirituality with this, what I mentioned in this card, and the sun in the background. So it could be more you have changed and you've become more like this queen. It could also be because this card gives me a sense of someone really, a dignified person who a lot of people look up to with these two cards. So it could be that you have changed. Maybe they do look up to you. Or maybe with religion, it's like they follow you. So taking the words out and applying it to a romance, it could be that they follow you on social media, or they do, well, maybe not literally follow you, or maybe they do like chase you, not in a creepy way of stalking you, but they do want to know what you're up to. And with this card as well, following you, like chasing you to the ends of the earth, but maybe not literally. I mean, maybe for some people, but I doubt it. Like not literally chasing you to the ends of the earth. And with this card as well, the Three of Wands here. So looking for you. And there's the Fool as well. So it may be the case that they may decide. So with the Two of Pentacles, so they may decide to leave something behind for you with the Two of Pentacles. So juggling, so trying to make trying to decide on something. So juggling two thoughts of possibly leaving their work for you, or focusing on their work and just leaving the connection they had with you. And because with this card, when I see this card, I think take a leap of faith. So it could be that they are thinking of like jumping and taking that a step closer to you. They may not be sure, but they may be thinking of taking a step closer to you. With this card here, I'm seeing here they may be manifesting you, but again, thinking about you a lot. I'm seeing here you are on their mind a lot. They may even text you a lot, possibly, or maybe talk to their friends about you a lot. I'm seeing here they think about you a lot, and I'm seeing here thinking about you with maybe sorrow or regret. With his facial expression here. And with the Justice card here, maybe they did you wrong, or someone did someone wrong, and they are facing some sort of karma. In that sense of they, someone did something bad and it's returning to them. So if it is the case that they did you wrong, it may be returning to them, and that may be impacting their work. So maybe the form of the karma returning to them is a lack of money. That could be it. Or something else, but I am seeing this as maybe karma returning, or what else? I may get back to this card. So yeah, again with this card, maybe again a spiritual journey. Maybe you are, or they are going through a spiritual journey, or possibly they see you as their son. And it may be that they want to walk towards you, so they want to head towards you. They may be a very childish person, since with the child on the horse. Maybe they see you as their light. So they may really, really like you and really want you back in their lives. They may feel like all these bad things are happening to them because you're not in their life. And yeah, with this card here, they may be wondering if you're still thinking about them. They may be waiting for you, or maybe you're waiting for them. Since this is a general reading, I am getting quite a few different interpretations with these cards. Another way I interpreted these cards was maybe they have, for some of you, moved on. I'm not getting that feeling too much for some of you, but maybe for a few of you, they have moved on. So yeah, like moved on away from the relationship. That could also be another way to interpret it. So walking away from the relationship. Maybe they have found someone else. So with this card here and this card, the two queens. So it could be the case that they have found someone else. I'm not sure which energy is which. Maybe this is your energy, or this is the energy of the person who they're with now, or maybe will be with. Then with this card, the Nine of Cups, with her facial expression, it makes me think of possibly your ex offered you something, and maybe they believe truly that what they offered you is going to hook you in and bring you back to them. So they feel like they've already won you with that facial expression. That is the impression I'm getting. So a sense of victory. So they've already achieved the victory. They've already achieved what they wanted. And I'm seeing it as they've offered you something, or maybe you've offered them something. So this may be this is giving me a feeling of deception with this card. Although that may not be the case for all of you. And then again with this card, maybe their life revolves around you with the sword. So their life revolves around you, or you're like the center of their life. There may have been some like a rough time, maybe in the relationship, or it could also be the case, again, they are finding someone new, because aces do mean new beginnings. So maybe they have found someone new, or you have found someone new. Maybe someone who is, again, with the swords, really good at communicating. Maybe someone who lifts them up, who makes them feel really happy. That could also be you. So you lift them up, you make them feel very happy, or they make you feel very happy. Or it could be that you've met someone who does make you feel very happy. So I'm getting very different interpretations from all of these cards. Then there's the cards here. I'll try to bring them out one by one. I want to start with the Five of Cups, if I can find it in this. I'll just put them here. So the Queen of Swords, so again, they might have found someone new. And I did notice quite a lot of threes. There could be like 3 people involved in this. And there's 3 queens. There may be more queens. 5 of Cups. So yeah, I am getting a sense of 3 people involved in this. There were about 2 cards that the 3 kind of spoke out to me. So I am sensing 3 people involved, maybe Queen of Swords, so Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Or it could just be that they may feel like you hurt them, or they may feel like maybe you don't care about them anymore, and they're worried about that with this card here. So they may be worried that you don't care about them anymore. They may be worried that you've moved on from the relationship, from the connection. Maybe you've both moved on in your separate ways. It could also be that one person is going somewhere and the other person wants to follow. Again, maybe like with the cat following. So one person's gone somewhere and the other person wants to follow. So like they want to meet. And I just noticed with these 2 queens facing each other like this, it does give me a sense of a confrontation, or maybe a meeting with someone, face-to-face meeting of some sorts. So maybe if it is the case that they have moved on or you've moved on, if there are 3 people involved, I am seeing that maybe 2 of those 3 people are going to meet, and they will have to discuss things, talk about something. I'm not too sure what it is, especially with the swords, the communication. So talk about their emotions, maybe about the person who. So maybe about because when there are 3 people in a connection like this, it could be because every situation is different. So I don't want to create an assumption about someone's about what the third person's relationship could be like with your ex. So it could be that they're just a friend. Maybe they are your ex's ex as well, who became their friend. Because there are different kinds of relationships. But I am seeing here 2 people sitting down and having a conversation about to do with emotions, so to do with maybe how they felt about something, maybe how they felt about someone, or maybe so maybe about a relationship with someone, like a heart-to-heart conversation. It may not be, I'm not sure if it may not be too hostile, although I am not seeing this as a completely friendly meeting. Because of the way she's sitting, it's like those scenes in the movie where 2 people who both have their pride and dignity, like 2 queens sitting and meeting, but the queens are of like maybe rival countries, something like that. So maybe it's the case that maybe there is a child in this like another family involved as well. So maybe your ex has another family. That could also explain the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords, and like balancing you with that family also, possibly. And sorry for the shakiness because I'm having to hold this with my phone to record, which is also why I pre-shuffle the cards so I can record on my phone. So then there's the King of Pentacles here and the Emperor here. So again, I am seeing here that maybe it's the case like you have their heart in your hands, or they have your heart in their hands. So again, there may be children involved, because there are quite a lot of children represented in these cards, with this card here and the Ten of Pentacles here as well. So yeah, it may be the case that maybe you're doing well financially. Maybe you are sometimes thinking about them. It may be that maybe you've worked together in the past. Maybe it's because you have to work on this relationship with them. Maybe in a way of either working on the relationship to come back together, or to completely let them go. And I've been noticing like mountains in the background, because there's one in here and there's one in the Ace of Swords. And usually that does represent like hard work, because the mountains aren't smooth, so like hardship and rough patches, and also the hard work you have to put in to climb a mountain to reach the top. So maybe you have to put in hard work if you do want to be with this person again. So you may have to sacrifice something or put in something. Although I'm not really getting, there aren't really many cards here that do indicate a sacrifice. But with this card, it does give me a sense of weighing things, weighing your options, or trying to balance something. Sorry for the noise as well. The birds usually talk more when they hear other people talking, like on the phone. But they're usually more quiet at night. So then here as well, there's the Five of Cups that I was looking for before. So I am seeing here choices having to be made. So they may be offering you something, and you may have to decide whether you want to accept them again or not. Like weighing your options, and this may also affect your work in some way, or affect their work, or their work has been affected already by something, or then maybe they're not doing well at work, or it may just be that they are still in the same line of work that they were in before. So again, it could be that you worked together, and maybe after you broke up, you quit or something. Or it may also be a long distance relationship, because of the where is it? There's traveling cards here. So these two cards, and the Fool as well. The Fool. So it could be that you're from distant places. This card, so you're from distant places, and you may be meeting. So they may come and meet you. Maybe if they are from a distant place, it could be that they have family in their country, which would explain this card here. Not sure if you can see it. There we go. This card here. So maybe like a family to feed, a family. They have a family, but they're not letting you know. For some of you, I am getting a sense of like, maybe if you are in a relationship with someone like this, I mean, for some of you, I'm getting a sense of maybe you're in a relationship with someone who has a family, and it's a long distance relationship, and you also have an ex, and maybe the person you're in a relationship with has a family, or your ex has a family, or the person you're in a relationship with sees you as their son. Maybe the person who's your ex is actually has a good amount of money, so they're not struggling too much with money. Maybe they may be returning to school with the Page of Pentacles here. So I'm seeing someone here returning to school, or maybe someone is in school, so is a student, or is learning something. And with the Eight of Pentacles, maybe someone here is learning a new hobby. Or it could be that you may be meeting someone new as well with the Ace of Swords. For some of you, maybe meeting someone new. Maybe someone younger. I think there was a knight here, I'm not sure. because knights usually represent someone who's younger. And the high priestess here. I heard religious school, so maybe it's a religious school for some of you. And there's the high priest as well. So there's the high priestess and the high priest. Oh yeah, so I want to get to these cards because I've been focusing a lot on the cards on the table. So these cards, and there's some here, down here. The Four of Swords, the High Priest. There's the Tower, the Wheel of the Year, the Five of Pentacles. So the Tower already, sudden change or a challenge you have to go through. Maybe the relationship ended suddenly, or maybe they left you with like a huge bombshell which caused the end of the relationship. So like they gave this, they told you something unexpected. So yeah, with the high priest here, it may have been a very it may have been the case that you or your ex is religious. Where's the other card? Oh yeah, here it is. The Five of Swords. So someone was hurt. Someone may be like hurt in the sense of wanting revenge. So wrath. Yeah, so wrath. I was just thinking about pausing the video, maybe recording it later because of the noise. But it's probably best to just do it now. Anyway, so with this, the swords here, I am seeing wrath. Someone's hurt. Someone maybe wants revenge. That could be the deceit here. So it may be like they offer you something, like offer to rekindle the relationship, but with ill intentions. With this card here, or maybe you have a lot of hatred towards them, or they have a lot, or someone has. I'm seeing hatred here with this card. Someone got hurt, and someone like a woman scorned. This card gives me a sense of woman scorned. There may be embarrassment as well. Maybe you told them something very, like, you told them something very personal and they betrayed that. And I'm seeing, like, I got a sense of embarrassment with this card. So I'm not sure who's feeling embarrassed. But again, there's, like, mountains kind of in the background. It may be, maybe you need to go on like a spiritual journey with all these, like the high priestess and the high priest, the Three of Wands, the Two of Wands, and Wands makes me think of Sagittarius, and the ninth house, which also represents travel, spirituality, for foreign things, other cultures. So maybe you need to, maybe traveling will be good for you, maybe not now but later. Or some kind of getting in touch with your spirituality, maybe. I am getting a sense of like a strong masculine energy with the Emperor, and there was the King of Pentacles. So, but also a sense of success. More than the masculine energy, I'm seeing it as success, which is interesting with the. So this either means to me nothing new starting, or something maybe stagnating, although that's more with the Knight. Yeah, maybe something stagnating, maybe staying in like a line of work, or staying with someone who maybe because you're happy with how the money is. Like, this is mainly like forgetting about the love aspect, focusing on the money aspect. Maybe staying with someone who has a good financial income. Like just ignoring the love aspects of this and focusing on the finances. But and then with this card, I am seeing it as prosperity of some sorts, and with the King of Pentacles. So maybe some of you, or one of you, either some of you or one of you, your ex or you, or maybe the third person in the, either your ex or you may be receiving a large amount of money or huge success, or maybe doing well at work, or will be doing well at work. It could also be that you may be exploring a new passion with the Queen of Wands here. So maybe exploring a new passion, maybe to do with writing or creative passion with the Three of Pentacles. And then the Five of Pentacles here. I normally see this card as loneliness. So it may be that you decide to focus more on work than relationships. It may be that you decide to just maybe stay single for a while longer. Not sure how long, but for some of you, I'm seeing you may decide to stay single and focus on your career. And that may lead to a lot of success financially and of the wheel of the year as well. So like staying single, working all year round, focusing on that, not bothering with relationships anymore. Maybe you're tired of the drama because of the Queen of Wands. It can also, to me, represent drama sometimes, like with the Justice card. So drama where someone needs to intervene a lot to maybe calm the situation down or something. Maybe that you get involved in other people's drama too often and you want to just maybe isolate yourself for a while. Some of you may already have a family with the Ten of Pentacles as well and the Five of Pentacles, because that Five Pentacles made me think of a family. But I'm seeing this as maybe buried in work with this, it's a flower, buried in work. Yeah, buried in work with this flower, or remaining alone, so like a single tree in this, just a single tree remaining by itself, with all the money, so accumulating its own wealth, and maybe just leaving your ex behind. So maybe it is that the case that you rise higher than your ex, or someone rises higher than the other person. So there may be a huge challenge, something unexpected, and like something like an earthquake in the it's a metaphorical sense. So something huge happens in your life that may affect those around you, and it may be that you come out of it financially well. So it may be because I know that with the global situation, it is affecting people financially. So maybe one of you comes out of it still like with their finances, and maybe one of you doesn't. Maybe one of you so yeah, doesn't come out of it financially well with the Ace of Pentacles here. So for some of you, they may want to know that you still care. So yeah, wanting to know that you still care. Maybe you did have, maybe you do have children with your ex. So overall, with some of you, I am seeing the message as they want you back. They want to be with you. They will do what they can to have you back in their life. It may be the case that maybe they focus on their work to be better for you, or maybe for some of you that they're keeping a secret of some sorts, and they may offer you, or they may just offer you something. So like for some of you, maybe the message could be, "Oh, I've got you." With this card, "I've got you," or like "You're mine," or sort of thing. That's why I got this card. For some of you, the message could be, "I've changed," with this spiritual cards, the High Priest and the High Priestess. So it could be, "I've changed," and then maybe like, "I'm ready to be with you." Or the message could be like, "You are their destiny," or "They want a family with you." That could be the message. Or they want to fix the relationship to start a family. So there is quite a lot in this reading. I've tried condensing all this information down. If you do interpret these cards in another way, please do comment it down below. It'd be quite interesting to read your interpretations. So again, I'm seeing here two people who have received flowers, so maybe rivals in love. So yeah, if you do interpret this in another way, please do let me know in the comments. If you want to, you can book a personal reading, but you can just email me. I've got my email. It should be in the description box. I may do another reading for this because I do have romance oracle cards, but I'll see how it goes for now, with the other groups and with my the phone storage and things like that. And yes, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you can check out another group as well. So group one, you can choose between one of these three cards. And as I lift them up, I'm taking it as the one you choose, maybe the one that's meant for you more, the message that's meant for you more. You can choose more than one group, or maybe there's two that are, or one or two that are meant for you. Okay, so there's retreat, very soon, and you deserve love. So I'll start with you deserve love. So I'm seeing this as either for some of you, you may feel like your ex is the only one for you, and that maybe there's no one else for you, and this card may be letting you know that you are again a lovable person. Like, you can attract other people as well. If you want to, you can, maybe, like, if you do feel like you can, like, again, your choice is yours to make. You can, if you want to, wait for your ex if you want to, I don't know. But with this card, I'm seeing here move on, in the sense of, rather than waiting, just enjoy being where you are, and see what life brings you, and just enjoy life to the fullest. That's what I'm seeing with this card. For some of you, it may be the case that maybe your relationship with your ex left you with some baggage, and because of that, you may feel like you don't deserve anyone else. You maybe feel like no one will accept you because of what your relationship with your ex left you with. So I'm not sure what it would be. It could be, but I'm seeing here that you are a lovable person still, and if for some of you, I'm seeing here that it is possible for you to attract other love as well if you want to. And then with the very soon card, for some of you, I'm seeing here that either your ex will message you very soon, or you have a choice to make very soon, a choice of some sorts, because it's clearly decide what you want. So yeah, you may also again hear from your ex very soon, or hear from someone very soon. It could be maybe an admirer, or maybe if you have more than one ex, maybe a different ex will be messaging you. But I am sensing here like a sense of passion of some sorts. So there may be someone who you have a sort of passion for, who does message you or come to you very soon, or who you may have to message very soon. But I'm seeing here something is coming very soon, a choice or a person or a message. And then with the retreat card, so it may be literally retreat, maybe leave that connection and move on, or take some time away to focus on yourself, or simply just take some time away just to relax. And then it's time to disconnect from the world. Maybe you need to turn off your social media for a while. So maybe you need some time apart from social media, or possibly some time with friends, like going away with some friends. Maybe not right now, but later. I'm thinking maybe you will be attending a wedding, maybe someone else's wedding. It could be very soon, again with this card here. So yeah, that's the message I got for these cards. You can again interpret these in another way. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Maybe the person who you share this with might have a message for them as well. I do believe that everything happens for a reason, and kind of like the butterfly effect. Yeah, thank you for watching. Hello, group 2. The cards you got are so actually you got quite a lot of cards like group 1, and since group 1 also got so many cards, there are some cards that also popped up in here. So I'll get to this huge group of cards here first. So these cards came up in reverse. I will call them out later. And I'm taking it as, especially with all these cards here, since this is a general reading, some of these messages may be for you, some may not be for you, some things may or may not resonate. You can interpret this in a different way, or you can look at a different group as well. But I saw this as the main message being I've moved on. So I'm seeing it as your ex has likely moved on for some of you. Maybe for some of you, the relationship might have been a bit more casual to them with all these cards that came up in reverse. So the reverse cards were the Seven of Swords came up in reverse. The Ace of Swords came up in reverse. The Queen of Wands. The World. I think that one is. Then the Nine of Pentacles at the back. The King of Cups. The Moon card. So yeah, the King of Cups back here. The Moon card. The Queen of Wands. I think I already mentioned that. The Eight of Pentacles. The Sun. Two of Pentacles. The Tower. The Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, those cards came up in reverse. So I saw that as like when the cards come up in reverse, it either means their effect isn't as dominant, or it's like an opposite of their usual meaning, their upright meaning. Then you have more cards at the bottom here. So down here you have the Lovers, the Ten of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. So first of all, with these cards here, I saw it as maybe because not everything will be for everyone. So for some of you, they may have the relationship might have been casual for them, and for some of you, it might have really hurt them. The breakup hurt them, or the relationship hurt them. But there was quite a lot of hurt in this. I am sensing a lot of hurt in this. There may have been some betrayal, or maybe when they were when one of you was going through something sad, the other one just stood back and wasn't really involved with the owl here. It may have been that maybe one of you's put yourself through too much for the sake of the other. But I'm getting a sense of here that he or she, so basically your ex, like you went through some kind of journey. So I'm seeing it as, I usually see this as a spiritual journey, but it could be maybe traveling or exploring something new, like a hobby. But I'm seeing here that they went on some kind of journey and they were able to improve and move on, and become like this king. This could also be like a glow up, I'm seeing. So they may have gone through a glow up. I'm seeing this as you may not be in their vicinity anymore. So maybe you don't talk to each other anymore. You don't see each other anymore, even as friends. Or maybe you're not on their mind as much as before. It may be that one of you may contact the other one, or has contacted the other one. It may also be that maybe they may be getting like a letter of acceptance to something, like maybe a school application or a job application. So they may be advancing in their career, especially with this card here, which I usually associate with being a student. Although when I see pentacles like that, I do think of it as thinking of someone, but I'm seeing it more as maybe you're thinking about them, or they are thinking about work, and how to move forward in their career. Or for some of you, they may have found someone else, possibly. But I see it more as they're thinking about their work, so they've moved on and they're focusing on their work, and they may have received a letter of acceptance to a school that maybe a university that they've had their eye on, and they may have gone through a glow up for some of you, or some kind of spiritual journey that has helped them find their inner king. And the Wheel of the Year here is also in reverse. So I'm seeing this as I'm seeing it more as maybe they feel like their luck has turned around, maybe since the breakup or something, or just generally at the moment. But I am mainly seeing this as they are being more, they are finding themselves. So yeah, I'm seeing here that they're trying to find themselves, maybe like a journey through their inner child with the Page of Wands here. There could also be some recklessness I'm seeing with this card. They may be learning a new skill, possibly, or just finding their inner strength. Maybe they were a bit more timid, but now they are learning how to be more, how to speak up, to be more charismatic, or just being able to speak up for themselves. There may have been some hurt in the relationship, or for some of you, they may still be going through. So for some of you, it could be the case that because the Wheel of the Year looks very bright when it's in reverse like this. I'm thinking someone who's before they saw the world like this, maybe, but now the world looks like this to them. It's dark and gloomy, and there's nothing worth like this. There may not be much worth in the world for them anymore. And again, like this, so they may feel like they can't trust people. Like maybe they feel like everyone's out to get them or something, or maybe since the breakup, it really affected them negatively for some of you. And maybe that maybe soon they will go on this kind of journey. So for some of you, they have moved on. So for some of you, they haven't, and they're still in this stage. For some of you, maybe you were their strength. I'm seeing with this called cutting ties. So they may be thinking of cutting ties, or maybe you have cut ties with them, or they've cut ties with you. I'm not sure. There's the Ten of Pentacles here. So maybe you were thinking of marriage. Maybe your families were involved, and maybe your parents as well. Maybe you visited each other's families a lot, or maybe they're still in contact with one of your family members or one of your close friends. And the Lovers cards here too, so maybe they could have found someone else, or maybe they are still thinking about you. For some of you, they do still feel like you are the one for them. So similar to group one with the Lovers card, they may still feel like you're the one for them. Maybe when you were together with these two cards, the world looks so bright and fruitful, and I'm seeing this like lots of hope, the endless field. There is no end to happiness. So they felt a lot of hope, but with the breakup, maybe, and they feel more like the Three of Swords here. Or maybe they may be finding, maybe for some of you, you may be rekindling your relationship with them and starting a family for some of you in the future. So for some of you, you may get back together with the Lovers card. And with this card as well, so they may have been feeling, for some of you, they may be feeling very depressed since the end of your relationship, or maybe just generally feeling depressed. For some of you, your message is similar to group one's, which was I miss you. So again, there may be children involved, maybe your families were involved, maybe there was thought of marriage, or you visited each other's families a lot, or you visited each other's homes a lot. But I'm seeing here you were really in each other's lives. For some of you, it may have just been a casual relationship. For some of you, likely how they're feeling inside is how they are projecting the world. So I feel like for some, they may be maybe praying for you to return to their lives, but I'm seeing this more as they may need to go on some kind of introspection to heal from this, or maybe you need to, because this, when I say they, it could actually be for you, for some of you. So this could be like some of the things that they are going through could be your energy mixing into this reading, or it could also be the case of both of you are feeling this way. Yeah, there was the Four of Pentacles here. I think that came up in reverse because I put it with the reverse power. But I think this came up in reverse. But this usually to me means someone who's holding on very carefully to their assets and not sharing, being very frugal, being careful not to overspend, managing their money. So maybe that is what they're doing. For some of you, they may be starting a family. So again, moving on, starting a family, finding their inner king. For some of you, it could be a case of mental health issues. So trying to They may be trying to sort out some of their mental health issues. So like some kind of journey, psychological journey maybe, with the Three of Wands. When I see cards like the Three of Wands, I usually think someone going on a journey, looking for someone or something. With this card, it could also mean feeling, because he's on the cliff, like feeling very, very hopeless and depressed. Like maybe like I don't want to get too much into mental health because I'm not an expert on it. So I'll just leave that bit. But just generally not feeling too good. But this when I see this card, I think mainly bright, like happiness, because one's being passionate and everything. It could be for someone that they are still passionate about you. Or again, you may have children together. Because of the three, I'm thinking three as in not as in a second person who is an adult involved in this, like an adult unrelated to you, but someone who is like children between you. So three, the two connected with children, connected by children. That's how I'm seeing this. Again, they could feel like the sun won't ever rise for some of you, or they may be going through something new, because with this sun, I think it's setting. So then, and then seeing the difference between the two skies, I'm seeing it as a new beginning. So they may have found someone new, maybe they may have found someone new, maybe starting their own family and have moved on. Or starting new work or something, starting being accepted at the university that they've wanted to go to. For some of you, maybe you might meet again, like by coincidence, because I'm seeing here like a surprise face. A surprise face due to a surprised meeting. So you didn't expect to meet each other again, but you may meet coincidentally. For some of you, maybe you saw them highly, like maybe like they meant a lot to you, like you saw them in high regard. For some of you, maybe you reject them or they reject you. They may still have moments where they do still think about you and their connection. So then with this card, I'm thinking the message here being like they'll do anything for you kind of thing. And then the message here being you've done them harm. Then the message with these three cards being I've moved on or they've moved on. Maybe if you do have kids, I'm seeing here maybe for some of you, maybe they can't see their kids for some reason and they want to. So the message here would be like they want to see their kids for some of you, or they want to see you, or maybe they were close with your family members, or maybe you shared a friend, like a mutual friend, and maybe that friend chose you over them, like being with you, being friends with you instead of them, so not being like stuck in the middle. So maybe like they miss their friend, or they miss the happy times you spent together with both your families, or spending time with your family. And in this card here, I'm seeing as like spending time with family, celebrating all the seasons. So celebrating Easter, Christmas, birthdays, things like that. And maybe not being able to anymore since it is in reverse. Maybe they have bought a house or bought some kind of property. For some of you, maybe you still live together, although maybe not all of you. I'm not really getting a sense of all of you still living with them, but with that card, I would think of maybe a married couple still living together. For some of you, not all of you. Could be a very few, or could be just one of you. Or maybe they've gone through some kind of change, again with this card I'm seeing here. Maybe they are a bit stubborn, or like for some of you, maybe they don't want to leave you. But I feel like that would be more for group 1. Or maybe some people from group 1 are watching this. Because of the goat at the background, I think that's a goat. It does make me think of sometimes being stubborn. Maybe you shared certain sentimental items together and they still carry it around with the sunflower around the boy's neck. So there was some, like a gift that you gave them, or an item you both share a memory about, that they still keep with them and take along with them wherever they go. So then the message here will be like, remember that thing we bought together, it's still with me. Or maybe a house you bought together. Maybe they're thinking of selling it. Maybe they did buy a house to be with you. It could be the case that you didn't know that they bought a house. I did get a sense of maybe you didn't know that they bought a house, and maybe after you broke up, I don't know if they told you, but they may be thinking of selling it. Not too sure, or they may still keep it. So maybe moving out of that house. Something here, moving out. The ocean made me think of like life, like the how wide the world is, and like, so they may be coming to some sort of like enlightenment with the ocean in the background, like a boat being a person and the ocean being life. So a boat sailing through life, and there are endless it's like the limits are endless, and sometimes there are obstacles. Sometimes there is a storm, sometimes the weather is friendly, sometimes the weather is hostile, sometimes the sail is easy, sometimes it's not. If it is, for example, yeah, sometimes it is a difficult journey. There are easier times. If you are on that boat with someone else, there can be arguments at times as well. Sometimes you have to sail the boat by yourself. You may meet a few people on the way. That's what I'm seeing here, like with the boat and the ocean. And I think that's like 2 cliffs maybe, and very close to touching. So maybe they're very close to some kind of realization. Or maybe they were very close to messaging you. Maybe they were very close to maybe ringing your doorbell, maybe meeting you. But they may have decided to turn around, or they may just be I am seeing a bit of a distance with this card though, either emotional or physical. I'm not really getting any other messages with these cards. So yeah, with the grass is greener on the other side, I'm getting with these two. And with the 10 of Pentacles, with the family card here. So the grass is greener on the other side. So maybe they have met someone. It doesn't have to be a romantic sort of thing, although the Lovers card is here. But then maybe they have met someone who has inspired them and helped them to move on. Who could be a therapist, or maybe just a friend who they've met. Or maybe it is someone who they met and have a romantic relationship with, or will be having a romantic relationship with, and it's someone who has helped them through the breakup, like heal from it. So yeah, that like with the cats, they've met someone who's now accompanying them on the journey and helping them heal. So maybe when they are with that person, the new person, they meet you coincidentally. Maybe that person walks away because of that. Like maybe to give both of you some privacy to talk. That's what I'm seeing here. With the cat walking ahead. So you maybe like saying this is your ex, or this could be you as well. But saying this is your ex, you meet coincidentally, and the person who they were with maybe walks away to give you space, and that person could be the one who has been accompanying them on their journey of healing, and with the dog here as well. So it doesn't have to be someone romantic. It could be yeah, someone who sticks by them. I'm seeing. And the line here as well, so accompanying someone who gives them strength. Or maybe it's both of your connections. Maybe you still do miss each other and you both give each other strength. So with this reading I'm seeing here, I'm mainly seeing they've moved on. Maybe they've found someone else, or they've they've been doing well at work in terms of their career. For some of you, it's that they're still thinking about you and the relationship you had. I'm not sure if it's in a positive or negative light, but they may still be thinking about the relationship. For some of you, it could be that you hurt them, or the relationship was very painful, or the breakup was very painful. And the message could be that they've healed now, that they're doing better now. But in a not in a way to be pompous or anything like that, but just to like in a neutral way, just to like like catching up with friends sort of way. I'm not getting too much hostility with these cards. In group 1, there was a card that was giving me a sense of hostility, but not too much with these cards. So I may do some I may pull up some romance oracles. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull up some romance oracles just to see a bit more about this romantic connection. Again, not everything may resonate. So for group 2, the question I asked was, what is the romantic situation between you and your ex? So by that I mean like, are you meant to get back together maybe, or maybe there was a wedding involved or something? With the romance oracle cards, and only 2 cards would come up. I did keep shuffling, but only these 2 cards came up. So you can use this chance to maybe pick which of these 2 cards, pick between these 2 cards, and I feel like the one you pick may be the one which best describes the romantic situation. Okay, so the first one is honeymoon. The second one, past life relationship. So if maybe for those of you who picked honeymoon, this could be either holiday time, because I take these cards as sometimes the words at the top, sometimes the words at the bottom, sometimes both words. But with the first card here, I'm seeing this as maybe you were both on a honeymoon. Maybe they if you do, because this card makes me think maybe some of you will be getting back together and will reach the honeymoon stage. Or it could be enjoying the bliss of holiday time together. So maybe you are friends with your ex at the moment. So if you, so for some of you, you may be friends with your ex and maybe going on a holiday. So it could be in the sense of actually traveling, going on holiday. Or because I know in America, holiday means more like Christmas and stuff. So for some of you, that could be the case. Maybe you meet them in Christmas, or Easter or something like that. Or maybe you met them when you were on holiday. So yeah, it could also Possibly, although the question asked was the romantic situation between you and your ex. So with the honeymoon card here, I'm mainly thinking getting back together and reaching the honeymoon stage, or it could be maybe with someone who you will reach the honeymoon stage with, or you will be meeting someone like that. And then for the past life relationship, so yeah, likely some of you have known your ex in a past life. So I think this card really speaks for itself. Knowing your ex in a past life, that is the connection between both of you. Maybe even past life lovers, or it doesn't have to be in the sense of being in love in a past life as well. You may have just known each other in a different way, like maybe friends in a past life or something, or just known you, but basically you've just known each other in a past life. And in case some of you were interested, the card at the top of the deck was "This could be the one." So in case some of you were interested. And then there's reconciliation and deception over there. So yeah, for some of you, maybe reconciliating with your ex, and maybe, well, I did want to only focus on these two cards, and these cards didn't come out, but since they are at the top of the deck, I will just read them out for a little while. So this could be the one, reconciliation, so getting back together, or deception. So it may not be it may be getting back together, but not a good connection. For some of you, not all of you, this may not be a message for everyone. Hi group 3, these are the cards you got for message from your ex. So the overall message I'm getting with these cards are where did it go wrong with this card here, the 8 of Cups. So I'm thinking it's where did it go wrong. So they may be feeling regretful with these 2 cups about the relationship ending, but also they may be thinking of letting go of the connection for good, or finally letting it go with this card here, the 8 of Cups. But I'm getting a sense of where did it go wrong, what happened. Maybe you were really good at the start, but something happened, and they're wondering how both of you became the way you are now. So just as an example, maybe before breaking up, you had lots of arguments, and they may be looking back with regret. So that's just an example. Your scenario could be completely different. Then I'm also getting another message of I've changed with the Empress card here and the Temperance card here. So I've changed. So this card with the wheat here usually represents growth. And also with this card, it could be that maybe they're expecting a child, possibly with this card. But yeah, with this card, I am seeing that it's either they could be a gentle person with this card, or they could be a more opinionated, maybe a bit arrogant. It's not in, like, it doesn't have to be a negative way, but maybe have some arrogance with this card, the King of Swords. Then I'm seeing with this card as well, look at me. So with this card, the King of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles here, I'm seeing look at me, look who I've become, look where I am now. And possibly as well with the Three of Cups and the Four of Wands, come to me, come, like, let's meet basically. So they may invite you to an event or a party or a gathering of some sorts, because the Four of Wands usually represents a celebration, and the Three of Cups as well. So you got 2 celebration cards. Although I am seeing this as a more like a gathering between friends kind of celebration, and this as a more lively celebration, like a bigger party. Then with the Ace of Pentacles, it is likely that they have gathered some sort of new wealth, and with the Nine of Pentacles, so it's possible that they may also want to work with you, so to start something new with you, a sort of bit more business related relationship with you. Or they may possibly want you back with the regrets I'm getting from these 2 cards. So it could be that they want you back, or maybe they want to start a new business with you. Although I am seeing it more as they want to start something with you. It could be a business of a sort, or some kind of project they want to start with you that could become fruitful, maybe lead to some more money as well, or success of some sorts, or maybe even like an award as well with this card here. But I am also really getting a sense of something they've worked hard on not working out. So I'm seeing this as the relationship which you both were in and not working out, and them feeling this sorrow over the relationship not working out and looking back at it with regret and thinking about how everything ended up the way it is. Um, it is also possible that not just they become successful, but you both become successful. Um, so it could be maybe they become successful or you both become successful. For some of you, maybe you become successful, but I am seeing it more as either them or both of you. Um, so people could look up to them with the King of Swords, or they could be in the public eye, especially with the Nine of Pentacles here, because I associate this card with a celebrity, someone who walks the red carpet, someone who lives a life of luxury, who has access to maybe cars, or who has access to the things that they desire. So whether it's jewelry, cars, designer clothes. So they may be either a celebrity. It doesn't have to be like a super huge celebrity. Could be on a smaller scale, or they have a considerable amount of wealth. So with this card as well, maybe they found peace. So maybe with this card, they're letting go of the pain that and letting go of the connection, saying goodbye and looking for peace, which they likely will find. Or possibly maybe you're regretful about breaking up with them. So it could be maybe now or in the future, maybe you become regretful about breaking up with them. For some of you, since this is a general reading, not everything has to resonate. You may also interpret these cards in another way as well. Maybe there is a way you see these cards that I haven't noticed. So yeah, yeah, look who I've become. They may want to invite you to like show off who they've become, or maybe just to show you that they've changed. So if it is the case that they want you back, maybe to show you that they have changed, and that they are a better person, or just to show you what you're missing, kind of thing. That is the sense I'm getting. So it's either they want to show you who they've now become in the sense of to get back together, or to show off their wealth or their new status. And also, because in the Empress cards, there's these stars here and there's these stars here as well. So usually these stars represent the a year. So I believe it's the 12 months of the year. And here there's 8 stars. So I'm seeing it as I'm seeing like a timeline for something. It could be when they contact you, or it could be something else. If it is the case of when they contact you, I'm seeing it as 8 months. So maybe on the 8th month or 8 months from now. Although this doesn't have to be just for when they contact you, but the timeline I'm seeing here is 8 months from now, or maybe 4 months. So like 8 minus 12. So 4 months on the 4th month, or 4 months from now, or possibly 20 months. With the 8 plus 12, so 20 months. But I am seeing a message here of a sort of a time period that may be of importance. And I'm seeing it as months rather than weeks or days, because this represents years. Each star, I believe, is a year. So I'm putting that into consideration, and a month being like with the moon as well, and a month. So I'm seeing it more as a month. So yeah, they may be surrounded by women, maybe at the events I'm seeing. So during some of the events, maybe the one they invite you to, they are surrounded by a lot of women. And it doesn't have to be romantic, in a romantic way. So they don't have to have a romantic relationship with these women. It could be more like co-workers, or friends, or both. And this also could be when you're a bit older as well. So the timeline could be about something else. And then with this card here, because I'm seeing it as the sun's in the background, but around behind her, it looks like she has her own sun. So I'm seeing it as they've become their own source of light. So again, as they are letting go, they are becoming their own person, becoming more independent. So sort of they're going through a change of some sorts likely. So they may be getting more in touch with their masculinity, since the sun does represent a more masculine energy and the moon a more feminine energy. And the moon here isn't a full moon, so I'm seeing it as less of the moon, more of the sun, and them no longer really needing, not that they don't need, but regardless of the sun, the general sun, they have their own sun, they have their own light. So like self love, self awareness, all those self sort of things, self respect, all those things to do with their inner self. So like finding their own inner light and letting it shine out to everyone else. Maybe like becoming a sort of empress in that sense, and regardless of gender, and being in the spotlight as well. So they could also be living a life of luxury. What else is there? So maybe like a bridge they weren't able to cross. Maybe there were several opportunities for them to talk to you. Or maybe you gave them several opportunities and they didn't take it, or they didn't use it properly. And maybe they're regretting that with all these, I'm seeing it's probably like bridges, and with like several cups on the floor, several opportunities. So yeah, fertility with this card as well, so expecting a child, or just the birth of an idea. So it doesn't have to be a child, it could be just the birth of an idea, that could lead to lots of money and could lead to them being in the spotlight. It could be now, it could be likely in the future, or that's already the case for them now. But a birth of an idea likely leading to new money and a luxurious life where they become like this king who's in the public eye more often, and maybe some people look up to. Because this does give me a sense of like I said before, arrogance or wanting to let people know, like with the sword up here, like I said, look at me. So I'm seeing that as look at me. So again, I'm seeing they want to show you who they've become. So they invite you to a gathering of some sort or an event to show you that. And this is again a general reading, so that message may not be for you. So you're searching for the truth of where it went wrong. And with the trees as well, I'm seeing growth. So they've likely changed, or they will change. And maybe when they do have this life, they feel a sense of inner peace about the relationship. So I'm not really getting anything else. I'm gonna shuffle for the Romance Oracle Angels for a message about your connection with your ex. But if you do see anything in these cards, you can comment it, or yeah, you can comment it, or you can keep it to yourself if you want to. But it'd be really interesting to read your own interpretations of these cards. Yeah. So for group three, normally I would have these cards the other way round. So you can choose one, and I'd take that as the card that's meant more for you. But since you got so many cards here that jumped out, like a bunch of them jumped out, and I do take whatever cards jump out, because I believe that is a message for someone. So these are the cards you got. Since there are lots of cards here, I decided to just leave them the right side up. So I'll read them out one by one. So here you have, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Playfulness, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And I remember, and I mentioned as well the temperance card. I did get a sense of self-love, self-respect, self-awareness, and things like all the self, like inner self. So those kind of words, and self-love as well. So those are self words. So words about self. So maybe that message was actually for you, about staying optimistic, being calm, and not worrying too much about your love life, and just being in the now. Maybe it's you who feels that, like, again, a sense of gentleness with the temperance card, and a sense of like inner peace. So it could be maybe you or both you and your ex feeling that sense of inner peace, or maybe you need to feel that sense of inner peace with the love yourself first. Keep an open mind. So your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So the Ace of Pentacles, it could be that you may be meeting someone new. And when I shuffle these cards, I ask the question, what is the message for you? And what is the connection between you and your ex? So with keep an open mind, I'm seeing it as likely keep an open mind about your relationship with your ex. Like trust. So for some of you, not everyone, but for some of you, this may be the one. So your ex may be the one for you. There may be some religious factors involved, in the sense of maybe, so religious factors can have a positive or negative effect on some relationships, depending on, like, because for some people maybe they have different religions, and or for some people maybe because of their religion, they decided not to go for someone. Or with this card, I do think of marriage as well. So maybe your ex is married, or something, just religious factors. So your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So maybe you just need to know that your love life is being affected by this, but you do still need to stay optimistic. So whether it's a negative effect or positive effect. And again, I am sensing the temperance card. So maybe the religious factors, regardless of your upbringing, because I do sometimes focus on this bit and sometimes focus on this bit, or sometimes just focus on the picture. But with this, it reminds me of the temperance card with the lights behind her. And in this one, she's basically surrounded by light. So maybe, and here as well, the light behind them. So maybe it is the case that you or your ex, or both of you, do need to find some sort of inner peace. Or I usually recommend in my videos, like the power of now. So things like that maybe worth you checking out. So the power of now by, I think it's Eckhart Tolle. So he teaches about being in the now and enjoying every moment, and that, again, stay optimistic. So just, I'm seeing, when I see cards like this, I'm thinking of finding your spirituality and going deeper into it may help you with your love life in some way. Then, yeah, keep an open mind. So again, it might be about your ex, reconciliation over here, and give your relationship a chance, and trust. So I'm getting a lot of a heavy sense of someone who may have hurt you in the past, or someone who you may usually not want to be in a relationship with, who it may actually be the one for you. So yeah, so reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life. True love, this is the romance of a lifetime. Religious factors, your love life, I already read that one. Give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So maybe when you do get back together, you may still have some stuff to work on. And at the top of the deck was make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So that, again, make the effort, work on your partnership, and trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So again, religious factors, having faith. So maybe you need to just trust them. For some of you, maybe you need to trust them, or just trust what your instincts are telling you, what your intuition or your instincts telling you. So maybe trusting your intuition, or trusting the signs like synchronicities and things like that. I don't get a sense of you, because this could be someone new, but my focus with these cards was your ex. So I am getting the sense of a lot of you, your ex is the one for you, and you are likely going to be getting back with them. I think I did mention that in the other group of cards. I mentioned that either they are moving on, or when they do reach that success, they still feel regret. Um, and then I think I also mentioned, what was it? But yeah, you can look back at it if you want to. And I recorded something, but it deleted. Basically, I noticed with the Five of Cups, she was wearing jewelry, and with the Nine of Cups, um, yeah, with the Nine of Cups, I'm seeing it as, so with the Five of Cups, she's wearing jewelry, but she looks very depressed and regretful. And with the Nine of Cups, I'm seeing it as someone who is successful, and I saw it as maybe they wear a lot of jewelry, so the jewelry representing success. I was right here as well. So yeah, with the Nine of Cups, so I'm seeing this as the jewelry. So I don't know how to explain it, but I think you get what I mean. Like when you think of a celebrity, you think of them wearing really good quality jewelry, good quality stuff. So I'm seeing as the jewelry being a representative of a good life. So even though the jewelry is on the mermaid in the Five of Cups, she's looking very depressed. So I saw that as despite their luxurious lifestyle, your ex likely will still miss you or feel some sort of regret about something, or some sort of emptiness with all the cups being spilled and empty. So some people, even though they do have lots of money and all this fame and success, they still feel like something is missing. And I'm seeing that that may be the case for your ex, which may be why they do rekindle the relationship with you, which may also be why I saw the timelines with the stars. So that could be a timeline of a sort. Um, So I do feel like these cards really do speak for themselves. You can interpret them in a different way if you want to. So I'm seeing here, I always see this as someone who pulls you up, uplifting, someone who removes you from a sense of like, someone who puts you in high spirits, basically, with the reconciliation card. That's what I see in this picture. Um, and then I think it's here. So I do, like, when I saw this card, and I think there was one more. Yeah, in this card as well, I do sometimes get a sense of a relationship that's like a fling, and like a really passionate relationship, especially with all the red here. So for some of you, the message may be quite different. That in fact is like a relationship that's really good between you and your ex, but unfortunately may not last for some reason. So maybe that you and your ex do get back together, but it doesn't last for some reason. Um, it could be due to religious factors. So again, maybe they are married or something like that, or it could be because of something else. Um, and with these cards, I am getting a sense of maybe you will be single for, I don't know how long, but rather than getting back with your ex, you may be meeting someone new. Although again, I did ask about your ex with all these cards. Um, so maybe more of a friendship sort of thing with your ex. Um, But I am seeing that likely for a lot of you watching this, even with group one and two, especially group one, I am seeing that likely the relationship, the connection between you and your ex isn't over yet. For some of you, it is with the cards I drew with the Witches Tarot, but with the Romance Oracles, it's telling me a different story that was a bit similar to what I saw with these other cards, but differed in some way. And since this is a general reading, some of the messages may resonate, some may not. It may be the case that parts of it is for some of you, while another part is for another person, or all of it is for one person. um so I'm seeing an offering being made here. Maybe they do become religious. I'm seeing here like going to a church and making an offering, or I'm seeing this as just making an offering of some sort. Maybe going to a grave and making like an offering, like putting down some flowers at a grave. Um, but yeah, just remain positive, remain playful, remain happy, enjoy each moment. Let things will play out how they're meant to. Um, And if it is meant to be, I'm seeing here you're likely going to rekindle your relationship with your ex. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So I just want to check out what's at the back of the deck. So children. was at the back of the deck. So yeah, I did see Children of the Empress card as well. So anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And share the video as well. Maybe there's a message here for someone else who you share the video with. You can also check out some of my other videos. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed.